Hello and welcome to Drewster Gamer FC and welcome back to level 20 to Premier League, and this is episode 6, and in today's episode we are going to be playing November and December, so we're going to be finishing off 2024. So, I hope you guys will enjoy today's episode. Because we are currently undefeated so far in the league. So, in the previous episode, we won 4-2 against Norwich Medics, and then we won 2-0 against Takalunistan Reserves, and then we won 2-0 against Eastern Under-21s. So, we're going to have a slight change in formation. But, I say slight change. Let's just say we're winning. For example, I might change to a 5 at the back to be able to keep that lead. So we will start off with our 4-4-2, get into some sort of a lead, and then we will start, probably second half, we will play a 5 at the back. But the 5 at the back isn't going to be our main formation, so just to bear that in mind. We're getting good numbers at Normanstown Park. We're getting 80 plus attending at Normanstown Park. We've had up to 104 in one game at Normanstown Park. Quite impressive numbers. So the amount of games we have left in the season, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 games remaining. We have an injury to our goalkeeper, so he's out. So we'll bring that guy in until this guy is fully fit. So he could basically miss all of November and miss December, and then be back for January, hopefully. Dylan Bebb hasn't had much game time. Who can he replace? Dylan Bebb said 3. Woodley Garness. Who can Woodley Garness replace? Woodley Garness. You can replace Ronan. Do down here. Mema. Full training in 3 days. Plenty of time until our next game. What's our defence looking like? Carl Jones. Actually, Carl Jones. No! Okay, Carl Jones, you're fine. Carl Rowland, you can be replaced by Tom Hayes. Get them both on 6 games. Where's our other right back? Jack Holden. Jack Holden, you done 4. Let Ben Lewis get to 5, and you can get to 5. I'm trying to make sure that everybody's got like fair amount of gameplay. Freddie Stanley. What's our left back on? Our left back's on 4. You're on 3 to get you up to 4. Josh Johnson, you're on 5. Bradley Simmons, you're on 4. Let's get you up to 5, Bradley Simmons. So you can play as well, potentially. Ashley Harris, gonna have you... we'll deal with a few of them nearer the time. So, give me a sec. So, we've got a few games still in October with other teams in the league. So you got Bohemian Reserves versus Waverley under-21s. And then you got Yakum Reserves versus Rockland United Reserves. So Rockland United can push themselves further up the league. Yakum could push themselves into automatic promotion spot. And Bohemian Reserves could potentially push themselves off bottom of the table. So teams can move about up or down depending on results. And goal difference do come into play when you've got a table that is that tight. So Yakum Reserves go into automatic by a couple of points. And Bohemian Reserves get a draw, so they're still bottom of the table. Waverley get themselves out of the relegation, and Rockland move down to 8th because of goal difference. So teams moving up and teams moving down. So when it's that tight, it doesn't matter if you're playing or not. You will move around. That's all I'm going to say to that. Still waiting for that. Waiting for Josh Johnson to accept his contract for the God knows how many times now. Also, we get offers for Armelindo Mema. We had offered him a contract several times. Crawley Devils, some name. Hazen. Hillingdon. Okay, I'm hoping they're amateur clubs. Crawley Devils. If it's a league with 10, seems like an amateur. Yeah, they are amateur. Their media prediction is to be first, but they are 6th. So I don't know why you'd want to leave us, who are first in our league. Hayes and Hillingdon should be an amateur. And they are currently top of their league. If I click on their league, they are level 12. So higher up in the amateur football, but still wouldn't recommend leaving us. Especially when you're having a really good season. I wouldn't recommend leaving. I'd recommend finishing the season and then leaving, because I would say get that promotion, and I would say win that title, because I feel like we're good enough to win another title back to back, but are we good enough to go back to back undefeated? That's the question that needs to be answered by the players, because I've got tactic that is working well, and they just need to employ what they've learned onto the pitch. So we got 12 days until our next game. Another offer for Josh Johnson. Still yet signing that contract. Offers keep rolling in. Dylan Bebb has signed a new contract, and Ashley Harris will be out for 12 to 15 days, so Ashley Harris could miss the next game from a pulled abdominal muscle. Not great. So he will miss the first game of the month. So it will, as things stand, it will be 8th versus 1st. So Ermelindo Mema has completed the rehabilitation phase of his treatment plan and is now in position to begin full training following a pulled ankle ligament. So where is... Okay, Ermelindo Mema seems fully fit. Whoa. So many teams in for him. And looking at that list so far, it doesn't look like anybody that's semi-professional. How we ended up being England, right? And we've got Essential Ajax. I don't know if we got a team that's got Ajax in the name in England. Let's get to our game, shall we? So, we're coming to the end of October now, and we're going to be entering the entering November. So about to say December, but we'll be entering November. So yeah, so now we've entered November. We got 9 days until our game against Rockland United Reserves, which we are away to. And then we got back-to-back home games. Granted, there's a gap between both games. It's not like 1 week home game, next week home game. There's quite a bit of a gap. Hence why they could probably fit in the back-to-back home games. But yeah. And then our under-18s are playing Whitby under-18s. So Armelindo Mema has signed a contract, but that doesn't matter because he's got offers coming in for him from Arnold Town, Adderbury Park, Fernby Rangers, Graham Street Prims, Ellistown, Hull United, and a team called Fox. So, we need to offer him another contract again. Delegate. Done that. Okay, an offer has been made for Dylan Bebb, so we've got to offer him a contract. Here's the thing is with amateur football. You don't really need to offer contracts. Only offer contracts if and when a player has an offer from another club. That's when you start making your contract offers, I think, in amateur football. That's just my opinion. To try and keep them at the club, because you don't want to be sending somebody over 20, 30 contracts, however many contracts after each month, just to try and keep that person at the club, because you want to do it when they have offers. So like for example, Bebb had an offer for other clubs. That's when I go, right, I'm going to offer you the contract to try and keep you at this club. Hopefully it works. Sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, then you just go out and find another player. So, the monthly board performance review. I got an A+. To summary, the board feels you're doing an unbelievable job. You're clearly the right manager for the job. We haven't forgotten the success of last season, and that still plays a small part in reviewing your current performance. So, breakdown. I got an A+ of the club vision and culture. The board could not be happier with the progress towards our overall vision, and also recognise the improvements made to the club's stature. C, the board are satisfied with the team results, so C for matches. B- for tactic. They go on about wing player, don't know why. A+, the board could not be happy with your strong support and backing for the players. And notable highlights and criticism. The board are delighted that the team is on course to win the Central and Southern Norfolk League Division 3 this season. There is no doubt that the fire of results, the fine run of results the team has put together of late has contributed to our overachievement. Very pleased with the level of support of the squad, delighted with the positive atmosphere in the changing room, and then the thumbs down was very disappointed with our 1-1 draw with University of East Anglia under 21s. And then I got a C plus from monthly supporters review. I found satisfied with the work being done to make the club vision for the future reality. C for the matches. Got a B minus tactic. Fans are happy with the impact of the 4-2-4 wide formation had in recent matches. They are particularly pleased with the quality of passing display when this style is in use. They are pleased with the quality of passing display whilst not playing wing play. Pleased with the emphatic 5-1 win over Swafford Town. And pleased with Josh Johnson's recent performance. But they're also disappointed with that 1-1 draw. So hopefully at the end of November we can have a slightly different one from the supporters. Slightly different review from the supporters. So we got 9 days. But can our under 18s get a result? So, let's continue. Let's see what this under 18 result's going to be. I go in with no expectations for the under 18s here because I don't want to put the pressure on the young lads by saying it's going to be a 2-1 Royal Oak win. And if I said, whilst just saying that, it pops up with a 2-1 Royal Oak win, that's crazy when I'm not even trying to make a prediction. So, go to the inbox. Josh Johnson has committed his future. And Royal Oak only lose 1-0 to Whitby under 18s. And Royal Oak are down in 6th. But a win in the next game could push them up to 4th. But that all depends on goal difference. So before we do get into our next game, we will take a look at the results of Rockland United Reserve's previous games to see what kind of form they're in leading into this fixture. No. I have a feeling we just lost Josh Johnson. We might have just lost Josh Johnson. Oh, phew. Don't think we have lost Josh Johnson. Phew. But our under-18s have got a game before the senior team, and it's against Scarborough Athletic, I think. Judging by what I just saw there. The other thing is, like, some people would say, like I do sometimes, might say it's a bit ambitious to think about the Premier League right now, or it's too ambitious to think about the Champions League. But sometimes it's good to think about stuff like that. Because sometimes if you have some sort of a goal, you've got something to kind of work on or work towards. Like, for example, that's why I called this series Level 20 to Premier League. But even if we do reach the if we do reach the Premier League, it doesn't mean that we reached the Premier League series ended. It just means that we got to the Premier League and then we crack on from there. The one player that I could see leaving out of all the players that have had an offer so far this season is Josh Johnson. He is one player that I could see leaving because he is 31 years old, and if he does want to move, I feel like the move has to be now. If he doesn't move now, then I say finish your career at Royal Oak. So 4 days now. So not long to go. So we've got some inboxes. An offer for Josh Johnson, which we did offer the contract to. An offer for Armando Mema, which we should have offered the contract to as well. So hopefully none of them to leave the club. But if they do, I wish them the best. So gonna sim our way to the under 18s game and see how the under 18s get on. So Ronan Ismail was the best in training, and who was not far behind him, Freddie Stanley and Caleb Heavey. And then the worst in training was Bradley Simmons. Not far behind him was Ben Steele and Oliver Skinner. So it's almost going to be time for us to look at how Rockland United have been getting on. We'll try and do that with most teams, but can't guarantee. So, we are the top clash because it's first versus 8th. And the current holders of the league that we're in are West Row Gunners. And West Row Gunners are in the second in the lowest often Districts League Division 1. Okay, quite interesting what leagues you move around. So, we're going to just quickly have a look at our opponents. So, Rockland United Reserves. Going to have a look at the reserve schedule. So, they won their first game against Bohemians 3-1. And then lost to University of East Anglia 3-1. Then beat Swaffham Town under 21s 1-0. Lost to Norwich Medics Reserves 3-0. And then beat Waveney under 21s 4-2. And then went on a terrible run in October, losing to Tuckaloniston Reserves 2-0. Losing to Eastern under 21 3-2. And then losing to Yackham Reserves 2-1. So our game will be one of those games where they'll be gunning for a win. So, we're on Saturday. Will Eastern under 20... Wait. Oh, we haven't had the results of our... under 18s yet. Which we should get in a minute. Once the other game finishes. So, Eastern under 21s won 2-0 against Horsham Athletic. So, Eastern under 21s move up to 8th in the table. And Rockland United are down in 10th. So, we're playing 10th place, Rockland United next. Norwich Medic Reserves drew 1-0 to Swaffham Town. So, Swaffham Town stay where they are. And Norwich Medics drop down a place. Waveney under 21s beat University of East Anglia under 21. So Waveney move up to 6th. And Yackham Reserves are still in 2nd, 5 points behind the leaders Royal Oak. So we went from this game being 8th versus 1st to now 10th versus 1st. So, got some inboxes. Our under 18s won 3-1 against Scarborough Athletic under 18s. And we are up to 5th, and Scarborough Athletic are down in 15th. And Beb commits his future to the club, which is delightful. So, the 50 best players in the world. Bernardo Silva is one of the best players in the world from Manchester City. Then you got Jude Bellingham in 2nd. Then Victor Osimhen of PSG in 3rd. 4th is Kevin De Bruyne. 5th is Haaland. 6th is Kylian Mbappe at PSG. 7th is Bukayo Saka in 7th for Arsenal. 8th is Mohamed Salah for Liverpool. 9th is Harry Kane for Bayern. And 10th is Rodri for Manchester City. And then in 11th you got Vinicius Jr. for Real Madrid. 12th is Inter Miami's Lionel Messi. 13th is Ederson for Manchester City. 14th is Ruben Diaz. 15th is Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool. 16th is Martinez for Inter Milan. 17th is Robert Lewandowski for Barcelona. 18th is Joshua Kimmich for Al Hilal. 19th is Martin Odegaard for Arsenal. 20th is Thibaut Courtois. 21st is Camavinga for Real Madrid. 22nd is Declan Rice for Arsenal. 23rd is Phil Foden for Manchester City. 24th is Alisson for Liverpool. 25th is ter Stegen for Barcelona. 26th is Musiala. 27th is Neymar for Al Hilal. 28th is Rodrigo. 29th is Donnarumma. 30th is Leroy Sané. Ousmane Dembele for PSG 31st. 32nd is Araujo, Barcelona. 33 is Gabriel Jesus, Arsenal. Barella 34, Inter Milan. Rafa Leao is in 35th. Anton Griezmann's in 36th. Valverde's in 37th. João Neves is in 38th. John Stones is in 39th and Pedri's in 40th. 41st is Bruno Fernandes. 42nd is Frankie de Jong. Human Song is 43. Hakimi is 44. 45 is Marquinhos. 46 is Deus de Ligt. 47 is Kingsley Coleman. 48 is Jack Grealish. 49 is Joao Cancelo. And then 55 is Gabriel Martinelli, the 5th best player in the world. So let's quickly sort our squad out. So we've got a second choice keeper here in TJ Waterkins as a grayed out player, but won't really use him because I don't think there's need to. So there we go. So tactical meeting. We win this. We can go just under 10 points clear. So we're going to submit the team. Yeah. So go to the match. And we're going to read what people think of the lineup. Someone said time to win. And then someone said Morgan's got it right by starting Ben Lewis. So match preview. Can't really see their form. Although we've already drawn 1 in the last 5 games. So we're playing in our famous blue kit. So we're going to have to defend here against Rockland United. So hopefully we get the ball back very soon. Pardon me. Well done, Jones. Go on, Robertson. So a cross from the corner from Rockland and well cleared. But can we clear it? Brilliant save. Oh no, it went out for a goal kick. I thought that was a fantastic save there. Can we get that ball clear or into the back of the net? Ball's out to Robertson. Go on, Robertson. Ball in. And Rubens Wiggins Thomas bags himself a goal. Fantastic. Gonna praise the lads. What great stuff. Go on, Woodgoddess. Go, Woodgoddess. Plays it out to Wobby. But unfortunately, Wobby loses out on the ball. Well done, Robertson. Oh, that's a great ball. Go, Wiggins Thomas. Wiggins Thomas. 2-0. Wiggins Thomas. What fantastic play by Kieran Parson to pick out Rubens Wiggins Thomas, and he finds the back of the net. So, 19 minutes played, and Tom Wobby is out injured. So, we're going to replace him with Armelindo Mema. So, Armelindo Mema is coming on. Woodgoddess, the free kick off the crossbar. And will he get to the rebound? Unfortunately not. And it should be a Royal throw-in with that clearance. Go on, Lewis. Plays it over to Mema. Mema to Lewis. Lewis puts the ball in. Unfortunately, couldn't win the header, but it falls to McMaureen. McMaureen goes for goal, and it's a brilliant block and save. And out for a Royal Oak throw-in. Corner, I mean. Corner has been cleared, only as far as Bobby Robertson, who passes it to McMaureen, to Hayes, to Pearson. Took a praise because we're 2-0 up. Bobby Robson with the ball in. Mema. And Mema puts it over the bar. Go on, Robertson. Oh, lovely ball to Woodgarness. Woodgarness with the long shot. But it's gone wide and out for a goal kick. We are dominating this game. In, I say every stat. We're not so dominating in the pass completed. But everything else, we are got more or less more than your position. Good tactics. Thomas can come off for Roland. Yeah, that's fine. So we have played over 50 minutes. We're in about the 54th minute, and it's still 2-0, and it's 2-0. Nor that I said 2-2, it's 2-0. Ooh, spectacular effort from the Rockland player, from Rockland United reserve player, as he tried to attempt a bicycle kick. So can we defend? Which we should be able to very, very nicely. Great defending. Go on. Go on, Ben Lewis. Goes over to Mema. Over to Maureen. Maureen over to Robertson. Robertson goes back to Hayes. Hayes plays the ball over Woodgarness. Wood the header. And it's a comfortable save in the end. So, I think we're going to make our final sub. And I think our final sub will be Bradley Woodgarness. We're going to wait probably till just before the 80th minute. So, Bradley Woodgarness can come off. And we're going to bring on Ben Steele. Hopefully that can make a change or a difference to the scoreline to make it at least 3-0. So we got a goal kick. And we're just giving the ball away. Can we defend? Well done, Hayes. Fantastic. Oh no, we're just giving the ball away. Right, left and centre here. We are lucky to be holding on here. Brilliant from the keeper. Go on, Hayes. What can Hayes do here? Gives it to Roland. Gives it to Hayes. Hayes plays out wide to Pearson. Go on, Pearson. Parson. To Maureen. Maureen plays it over to Mema. Go on, Mema. Mema plays it to Robson. Robson plays it back to Simmons. Simmons goes back to Roland. Roland's going to go forward to Maureen. Maureen tried to do a 1-2 with Roland, but full-time whistle has blown and we win 2-0. So let's continue. So we are still top of the league. We got 23 points. Yakin Reserve got 15 points. And someone said, pretty happy with how that went. So proud of Rylock today. Really happy with that solid result. Every one of those players played out their skin today. But Bobby Robson just edged it as my man in the match. That's what football's all about. Absolutely battered them. Can't get over how good they all were. Robertson especially. Robertson had an alright game. Nothing more than expected though. He should score a couple more as well. Yes, Robson is pretty good, isn't he? Yes, he is. And Tom Wadby's out for a broken ankle, out for 8 to 9 months. Whoa, 8 to 9 months. So Tom Wadby will pretty much miss the rest of the season. Substituted Miggins Thomas when he was on a hat-trick raised some eyebrows today. He couldn't be pleased with that. I don't suppose he was happy, but he's a pro and he knows how it works, so there are no problems. You are expected to be among the team residing in the middle of the pack this season. Yet, here you are after a stunning start with Rylock flying high. How far can your team go? I know I'm supposed to say we're going to take things one step at a time, but I'd rather be optimistic and aim high. The sky is the limit for this group. Bobby Robson had a great game out there. What did you make of it? It was absolutely terrific and showed just how good he was. Do you know how long Tom Wadby might be out for with what looks like a potential serious injury? As far as I'm aware, early signs. Yes, unfortunately it's a bad one and I'm gutted for him. How would Tom Wadby's injury affect your plan? Rather than talk about it. Particularly a hallmark of Royal Plate this season has been with you scoring a headed goal. How important has it been in your game so far? Your lineup today wasn't the strongest. How do you feel about the victory? Gone are the days of very small ponder players affect Premier League with every single game. But no one else get locked in. This is how much of a squad sport now. And the ones who care is today. So the one today made very telling and very pleasing contribution. So another 2-0 victory. I think that's 3 2-0 wins on the bounce. And that's without conceding a single goal. Of course, we won 2-0 3 times, so of course you conceded nothing. So we've got some inboxes. So we've got a weekly staff meeting. Get it here. So we've got 13 days until our next game. Got one inbox, and Josh Johnson commits his future to the club. And no doubt we will end up a club making offers for him. And offers are being made for him. So, offer him a new contract. And we need to offer Ashley Harris another contract because offers are being made for Ashley Harris. So did I offer Josh? Yeah, I offered him the contract. So we've got 11 days until our next game, which is now 10 days. Do we need to offer Memo another contract? No, we do not, because he already got offered one. So we've got 9 days until our game. I have a feeling we're playing on a Sunday again. So, still more offers for Josh Johnson. So, against Yakin reserves, who are second in the table, are looking to close the gap. So the gap isn't so big between first and second. Because the gap, if I have a look, is almost 10 points, the gap. So they want to close that so that it's not getting anywhere to being 10 points gap. And the only way they could do that is by getting a win against us and stopping our unbeaten run. Ooh, Luka Modric is announced his retirement. The end of the 24-25 season in my save. So do we cheekily use editor and get Luka Modric in at Royal Oak? So we've got about roughly a week until our next game. So Dylan Bebb's got an offer. Did we offer him a contract? We did offer him another contract. And then Mema. I think we offered you a contract already. So we've got 7 days until our game. Okay, now I've got 6 days. I can just about see the game in the distance. So we've got our weekly staff meeting we will need to attend. We offered the contract to Harris, and we've also offered one to Mema. So weekly staff meeting. And meeting will continue. So we've got 6 days until our next game. As you can see, we're training about 2-3 times a week, depending on when game is. And the Wednesday, you've got overall, whatever overall is. Then you've got routine, so I think your corners, your free kicks. Then the training corners and free kicks again on the Friday. And then match practice on the Friday. And then on Saturday, you got match focus. And then I think match focus would come on the Friday if you're playing on the Saturday. So Tom Wadby's been out for 9 days out of the 5 to 9 months. And Jack Ward's been out for 3 weeks out of the 2 to 4 weeks. So I guess he's going to have to do the full 4 weeks before he's back. So it'll probably become the norm with my videos that they could be up to 2 hours or just over 2 hours long. So that's the norm with my videos. So if you want to sit through the whole 2 hours, go ahead. If you want to skip to the bits that you want to skip to, then that's fine too. Because if you're skipping or watching all the way through, I'm still getting views. So yeah, a view's a view, even if you don't watch the whole way through. Because that's the beauty, I think, with YouTube. You don't have to watch a whole video for it to count as a view. All you have to do is probably click on a video and it counts as a view. So we're almost at the day of the game. We just got a few more days. But what have we got here in our inbox? Mema commits his future to Royal Oak. And then Ashley Harris commits his future an hour later. But I have a feeling that's going to mean absolutely nothing in a minute, because offers are going to come rolling in for those 2 players. But I have a feeling a lot of the few of the players who have won the title with us last season are going to probably have a lot of offers due to the success we're having this season so far. So did we offer Bev a contract? Yes, we did. We did offer Bev a contract. So Josh Johnson has just committed his future to the club, which is good to see. So, we're on the day of the game, and we've got team selection advice. Wait, go to staff. I think we have an assistant manager, so I don't know why I'm not getting advice from the assistant manager. Matches, here we go. No, they're not on the matches. No, not scouting. Tactics. There we go. So we got attendance. Oh no, we're not on match day. The match day is day after. You defined a lot of expectations this season by progressing nicely up the table over the first few weeks. Do you think you can keep it going? I don't see why not. Anything's possible in football. We're focused on winning as many matches as we can. You must be keen to repeat the performance from last time out. We know what we're capable of and have confidence to go again. What's the latest on Tom Wobbe's injury? I'm always reluctant to talk about injuries because anything I would say it creates a level of expectation unfair to the player. Let's talk about Carl Jones. He's surely got the ideal profile for this match. What he does for us cannot be overstated. It's an honour to work with someone so capable. How important is it that players like Kieran Parsons are consistent from one match to the next, and how easy is it for you to pick them as a result? Tom Maureen, as you are well aware, has the physical attributes rarely seen in other players. How much does that help in the way you set up the team? He's a game changer and mustn't take that for granted. There ain't many players that could do what he does. What are your thoughts on Swaffham Town and 21 lighting up so far? Can we talk about Royal Oak, please? Don't like to talk really much about the other team unless they're playing us. So Bohemian Reserves versus Eton under 21s. Horsham Athletic versus Rockland United Reserves. Swaffham Town under 21 versus Waverley under 21s. Let's see how results go. So, results. Let's have a look at the results. So, Bohemian Reserves win 3-1 and move out of relegation. Horsham Athletic win 3-0 against Rockland Reserves. And Horsham move into the automatic. And Swaffham Town beat Waveney under 21s, and Swaffham Town move up to third. A goal difference separates Swaffham Town and Horsham Athletic. And Royal Oak draw to Alfrington Town under 18s. And Royal Oak under 18s are fourth in the table. So, on the day of the game, so I think I said we're going to do December, but I think we'll leave December for the next episode. Because then we will end 2024 and start 2025. No, actually, we'll do the next 2 games. So let's continue to the game. And then we will play Horsham Athletic. And then that will be the end of the episode. After the Horsham Athletic game. So Jack Ward has failed. A quick report on the late fitness test regarding the condition, and it failed. The medical team advised that whilst you are free to discard this, you will increase the chance of aggravating existing injuries. Okay, so we're not going to select him. Let's go to our squad. Tom Wadby's out the squad. And that can bring back in Armelindo Mema. Tom Wadby can come out. Let's bring in Dylan Bebb. Caleb. Let's replace Tom McMaureen so Caleb can come in. Oliver Skinner, you're going to replace Ruben Wiggins Thomas. And once Bradley Wood-Garness has got to 4 appearances, then Dylan Bebb, you'll play the next game. Jack Holden, you can replace Ben Lewis now as he's got 5 games. There we go. So we've got Royal Oak versus Yackham Reserves. So Yackham Reserves could get themselves back into second. And then University of East Anglia, if they beat Sackaloniston Reserves, University of East Anglia could go into second. I got 5, so I don't know. So, Mema starting is always a good thing, and then someone else says, I like that team. You make it different, have faith in you, I trust you to make a difference. So, we've won all our last 5 games. And then for the opposition, we can't quite see how they got on. So our keeper's got hold of the ball here as he plays it long. Let's go double check something. Oh, the other tactic didn't save. Okay, no worries. We'll stick with our 4-4-2. Because quite frankly, there's no point us adding another formation to complicate things. Brilliant. Oh, I've really thought our keeper would have got to that. So Yakin reserves are 1-0 up. With an attendance being 104 and we're still being refereed by David Middleton. So no change in the referees in our games. Let's encourage the lads. We haven't really needed to do much encouragement because these lads have been able to have been doing well, so we hadn't really had to do much of that. Go on, Hebe. To Wood Garness. Wood Garness out wide. Go, Mema. Go, Mema. Keep going, Skinner. No, that's out. Oh no, we got a serious injury to Mema. No. Oh no, maybe not. The way he was looking, the way it looked serious. Can we defend this corner? Well cleared by Simmons. In the opening 25 minutes, this had not been one of our best performances in the opening 25 minutes. Hopefully that can all change, but it's not looking likely. at the moment. This could be the first team to stop our unbeaten run. Holden to Simmons, to Hebe, over to Robertson. God, Bobby Robertson. Play the ball. Play the ball forward. Out to Mema. Mema is looking for options, but he goes out wide to Jack Holden, the right back. Holden goes to Simmons in the middle. Simmons dinks it over to Mema. Mema keeps it on, plays it back to Holden. Holden with the ball over to Hebe, but it's been cleared only as far as Hayes, who gives it to Simmons. Simmons to Hebe. What can Hebe do here? Hebe goes for goal, but it's gone over. Or wide. Couldn't quite tell there. So we're going to demand more, because it's not been great from the lads in the opening. Over 30 minutes. Robertson with the ball in. And Hayes with the finish. But it goes over the bar. And out for a goal kick for Yakin reserves. So our formation and the style of football hasn't been too bad. But in today's game, I do not know what's going on. Because we're coming up to half time and we're 1-0 down. And there's not many games this season where I'm like, we have not played great. And this is one of them. Like, Bobby Robson on a 6.2. Not great. So we're going to start the second half. We're going to slightly see if Bobby Robson's performance improves. Because if that doesn't improve, then he will definitely be coming off. God, we've got S. Don't know who you're playing that ball to. That was absolutely to nobody. We do need to cleanse the lads again. Oh, we got a corner. Bobby Robson, your chance to impress in this game. Oh, so close. So close, but so far. Okay, ball's being played forward. Aaron Jones plays the ball out wide to Robson. But Hebe picks up the loose ball. Plays it to Skinner. Skinner over to Robson. What can Bobby Robson do here? Go on, Bobby Robson. Oh, blocked and out for a corner. Go on, Bobby Robson. Plays the ball in. We've been cleared to Hayes. Hayes out to Robson. Robson with the ball in. Woodgone S. Great save by the keeper. We'll get to the 60th minute. And Bobby Robson's performance has improved to a 6.7. Well, how long would it stay at 6.7? That's the question. Might be Woodgone S or Skinner to come off. Go on, Mema. Mema, play the ball. Play him. Could have played him, Mema. I'm being selfish. And then you have to go backwards. To Holden. Holden plays it to Hebe. Hebe, go for goal. Even if it blocks, you could get a corner out of that. Robson plays it back to Pearson. And he gets the ball out. This is alright football. Not the best, not the greatest, but Woodgone S will probably have to come off if something doesn't happen now. Simmons over to Hebe, over to Mema. Go on, Mema. That was not a great finish from Mema. And we're not long till the 60th minute. Can we get another highlight? Which we do from a corner. Corner's going to be whipped in. Mema over to Skinner. Save. Out for another corner. Which this time will be taken by Armelindo Mema. And Armelindo Mema whips the ball in. Ball's been cleared only as far as Wood Garneth. But instead it goes out because Wood Garneth couldn't reach the ball. So we're definitely going to do an two up front change here. To Ben Steele. And then we're going to have Bebb replacing Oliver Skinner. So we made 2 changes up front. It's what I felt was needed. So we should get this ball back. Even if it has to go back all the way to keeper. Not a great clearance there. And we are 2-0 down. We are 2-0 down. And we need to really get back into this game. Go on, Hayes. Plays that ball to Robson. Robson plays out to Bebb. God, Dylan Bebb. Dylan Bebb. Plays over to Heavey. Heavey plays the ball in. Comfortable save from the keeper. Just going to double check tacticals. Yeah, everything looks fine there. The in possession stuff looks fine. Everything looks fine. We win the header. Well done. Go on, Robson. Bobby Robson. Plays it to Heavey. Heavey plays it to Bebb. What can Bebb do here? Bebb plays it to Heavey. Heavey goes for goal and it's blocked and out for a corner. Really do think Simmons or Robson needs to come off, and I think it'll be Simmons. Go on, Robson. Plays that ball in. Go on, Bebb. Keep that in. Well done, Dylan Bebb. Plays it to Heavey. Heavey goes for goal. Saved. And out for a corner. Come on, Armelindo Mema. What can you do here, Armelindo Mema? Whips the ball in. Go on, Hayes. Over to Mema. Mema loses out on the ball there. Well, I'm going to make a change in the 70th minute. And it will be Simmons to come off. Parsons to Robertson. Parsons with the ball in. Ball's been cleared only as far as Simmons. Simmons goes for goal. Bradley Simmons. I said I was going to take him off. But he comes up with the goal to get us 1 goal back. 1 more goal. And that will do us. Probably going to have Hayes coming off, actually. Hayes for Roland. Confirmed sub. Now we've got a corner with Bobby Robson. What can Bobby Robson do here with this corner? We've still got time to get 2 more goals. But first we'll focus on the equaliser. Ball over to Parsons. Over to Bobby Robson. Bobby Robson back to Parsons. Parsons with the ball in. But any of our players going to get to that? Jones. Over to Heavey. Steele to Mema. Mema to Simmons. Simmons plays it down wide to Mema. Mema tried some sort of a skill, but it didn't quite work out. But the ball is with Robson. Back to Rowlands. Rowlands with the ball out wide to Mema. Mema with the header to Bebb. Dylan Bebb with the header. But he was offside, so no need for him to get to the rebound. So Pearson with the throw-in. Gives it to Robson. Over to Pearson. Pearson with the ball in. Mema with the header. But it's just gone wide. Just wide of the post from Mema there. Well done from Steele. As he plays it to Bebb. Simmons since that goal hasn't really done much. They're just passing it around the back. Trying to keep hold of the ball as much as they can. But it's giving it away to Holden. Holden with a lovely ball over to Mema. Go on, Mema. Ooh. Ball been put wide. We can still keep this unbeaten run going. Go on, Mema with that ball. Over to Bebb. Bebb. Say, but he was offside anyway. Come on. Get to that. Go on, Bebb. Gives it to Steele. Go on, Steele. Plays it to Mema. Oh, Mema gets it past his man almost. Mema. Penalty. We've got a penalty. We can keep this unbeaten run going. Come on. Who's taking it? Dylan Bebb. Yes! Come on. Royal Oak 2. Yackham Reserve 2. And we are back in this. Keeping our unbeaten run going. We never give up. And our lads have shown it there. Dylan Bebb. What a penalty. And what a way to get back into this game. We're going to praise the lads for getting back into this game. Got 4 added minutes. Do we have time to get an equal to get the winner? Go on, Rowland. Plays the ball over to Robson. Robson to Rowlands. Rowlands to Parsons. Parsons with the ball forward. The ball falls to Mema. Mema. Go on, Mema. Oh, Melindo Mema. Oh, unfortunately lost out on the ball here. But the full-time whistle. And we draw 2-2. It might not be the result that we wanted, but it's a result nonetheless to keep us unbeaten. Let's see what the fans are going to be saying about this one. So the fans are saying that was one to forget. We had an absolute stinker today. No excuse the result. Excusing the result, but we were decided something better to come in that before. Not sure how Royal Oak failed to win that. Dylan Bebb deserves better. Absolutely robbed. Absolutely robbery that. We should have won. Bebb, probably the best player out there. Bebb was alright out there. Unfortunately, no one else was. Bebb was alright. Everyone else was not. So it looks like Bebb was probably man of the match in a Royal Oak perspective. Dylan Baird was a saviour for your side, then grabbing a dramatic late equaliser. It must have been massive relief for you to see that one go in. Football is all about moments like that. It was something special. You showed little let up in this fantastic season by leaving nothing of mid-table distant memory. Where does this Royal Oak team go from here? I'm so proud what we achieved so far this season. In case of being as optimistic as possible, we're good enough to win something. Bit of a collector's item today, a goal from Bradley Simmons. How pleased were you to see him score that one? I'm still not sure how it happened. It was a great moment. Were you impressed with the goal Aaron Clay scored? Don't want to comment on an individual. There are rumours that you're still in the market for another player. Not going to discuss transfer rumours. It's really like to keep your cards. You answer your own question. You can offer an insight on why you set your team up the way you do. I believe that we should be playing. Eastern under 21 is a surprise. Don't want to say anything. End of that press conference. And now we got 30 days until our next game. So, we've got 2 inboxes. Nothing we really needed to answer there. So, inbox. Offer for Ashley Harris. Do we need... Yeah, we do need to offer him another contract. Weekly staff meeting. was the only thing we need to do was praise Kian Parson. So we've got 12 days until our next game. So we've got 2 inboxes here. Dylan Bebb commits his future. And Ben Steele is going to be out for 5 to 8 days with a pulled groin after pulling his groin during training after chasing the ball. So I won't risk Ben Steele in the next game. So we've got 10 days until our next game. I do wonder how Royal Oak are getting on in real life, actually. Let's have a look. So, let's continue. As we've got 9 days until our next game. So, Harris has committed his future to the club, which is good. So, Ronan Ismail was one of the best in training, and Bobby Robson was one of the worst in training. Freddie Stanley was the second best in training, and then Jack Holden was the third best in training. So we are going to be closing out 2024. It's been a great year and a half, I would say, at this club. By winning a title undefeated, to getting halfway through this season undefeated, and hopefully that can continue into the second half of the season. So, let's keep simming. And Royal Oaks under 18s win 5-4 against Hitchins under 18s. And Royal Oaks under 18s are third in the table. So we'll just wait to get past November, and then we will be able to sim quite quickly through December to get to the game, which is on the 7th, and then we almost have to sim a whole month to then play Bohemian Reserves in January. So we've got an inbox, and Watford have sacked a manager. Sacked a guy who was German. Well, Watford in the league, when they've sacked him, they set in 17th. And could actually get relegated if other teams from 22nd above. And it's not great when you see Luton in that playoffs and we're being relegated and we're down near relegation. Not great. Like, our training facilities for Watford are great. Youth facilities are good. Youth recruitment fairly good. Reputation national. But we also are known worldwide as well. So we've got 6 days left until our game. Hopefully we can have a better game against Horsham Athletic than we did against Yakin Reserves. Because we shouldn't have drawn that 2-2. So, we are on Monday the 2nd of December. So we're going to be having our weekly staff meetings ahead of the week. And then on the Friday we will have our press conference. So we've got our weekly staff meeting. Yeah, we'll move on from that. Move on. And meeting, nothing really to do in that meeting. So, got a couple of inboxes. Nothing really to deal with. So hopefully we can get a good result against Horsham. Because I'm going to predict a 1-0 win, which is better than that 2-2 draw where we had to come back into the game. So we've got 2 unboxes. Okay, we might need to make a contract offer to Dylan Bebb again. Then do we need to make one to Josh Johnson? Yes, we do. We're almost at the game now. So we've got 2 inboxes. So, I continue. So, we got our pre-match press conference now. And we are speaking to BBC Radio 5 Live. Horsham Athletic are currently in 4th place, 8 points behind league leaders Royal Oak. Will their recent form and determination to win on Saturday make this a much tougher match than perhaps you first anticipated? I think we got a good chance, we're confident. What sort of response are you looking for from your players after a disappointing result against Yak Reserves? I'm hoping to see a positive reaction that tells me we're going in the right direction. How big of a player is Armelindo Member for you in terms of how you want to play? So we're summing ourselves up to game day, and then we'll play Horsham Athletic, and then episode will end there. Okie dokie. I'm going to continue simming. So, Tom Maureen was the best in training with an 8.10. Roman Ismail was second best with 8.05. And then Freddie Stanley was 7.5. And then Carl Jones got a 6.45 in training. So we're simming up. The game's just saving quickly. And we got our final game of the episode within Horsham Athletic. So yeah, so this will be roughly about a 3-hour long episode. So we're on the day of the game now. Just wait for it to stop doing its sim. Little sim. Do you know what I find strange at times, right? Like we can sit in a cinema for like a few hours or so watching the film, but then you come to YouTube, you'd rather sit and watch a half an hour video than a 3-hour video or something. And I'm just like, why don't you sit and watch a 3-hour video that's free at times, than always going to watch a movie in the cinema where you're paying like somewhere near like 15-20 quid a video, because you're not just paying for the video, you're not paying for the film, you're also paying for all your food and stuff. I get cinemas once in a while because of the cost and stuff, but like, to support my video, it's free. That's all you need, is to click on the video, watch the video, job done. But all in fairness, I hope you guys do enjoy the video when you do watch it, and when you do watch videos, because my videos are I'm trying to bring out Tuesdays and Saturdays now, because of the way things have gone. Tuesday and Saturdays are the best days to bring out the videos for me. I know you're fit, but you're way short of fitness. So Ben still, Roman can go on the bench. Ben Lewis can come back on. Roland, you can replace Tom Hayes, because Tom Hayes didn't have a good game last time. Bradley Simmons, he could be replaced by Tom McMaureen, and Bradley Simmons, Josh Johnson come back on the bench. Left back, you're on 6, so let's Freddie Stanley have a few games. Bradley Wood-Garness, you can be replaced by Rubens Wiggins-Thomas. Then Bebb, you can replace Skinner. Skinner, you can be replaced by Ashley Harris. And I think I'm happy with the bench. Happy with the starting 11. And off we go. Submit the team, yep. Go to the match. Mema is starting good. I think that's our best team, someone said. But then again, I could have different combinations and someone would still think it's our best team. So let's get into this game. Unfortunately, in our last 5 games, it's a draw and 4 wins. Would be nice to see last 5 games, every time you're looking at your last 5 games, to all be wins. So yeah, we've got 24 points, and Horsham Athletic have got 16, which can push them into 2nd if they get a win today, or even a draw. A draw could still push them into 2nd. So Wiggins-Thomas plays it to Jones. Jones is surging forward, but plays it back to Rowlands. Rowlands is surging forward a bit, plays it out wide to Robertson. Robertson plays it back to Freddie Stanley. Freddie Stanley to Hebe, gives it to Robertson, who gives it to Bebb, back to Hebe, back to Bebb. Bebb looking to go forward, gives it to Wiggins-Thomas. Wiggins-Thomas plays out wide to Mema. Armelindo Mema's just lost out on the ball. But then highlight ended, and highlights reappeared with Horsham Athletic. Plays the ball in, can we clear it? Well done, Freddie Stanley. Good save by the keeper. And Horsham Athletic are 1-0 up in the 9th minute. And we've got 124 in attendance. Hence why we can actually see people in the stadium. Despite the actual where I don't play, I don't think you would see 124 people. But Maureen out to Ben Lewis. Oh, Ben Lewis plays the ball forward all the way to the goalkeeper, Boyland. Boyland for Horsham Athletic. Going to take his goal kick. But it's been headed away by Armelindo Mema. Then by Jones. Cleared by Jones to Mema. But Mema goes back to Lewis. Wiggins-Thomas with the ball here. Wiggins-Thomas is going to look to play it down line to Mema. Mema's going to put it across. And it's a penalty. We've got a penalty. Fantastic work Who's stepping up to take the penalty? Would it be Ruben Wiggins-Thomas? It's looking like Ruben Wiggins-Thomas. Ruben Wiggins-Thomas! Come on, never in doubt. Ruben Wiggins-Thomas with the goal. 5th goal of the season. Has put Royal Oak a goal back in this game with plenty of time left to play. Can they go on? Can we go on to win the game? Well done, Mema. Mema's got the ball, gives it to Wiggins-Thomas. Wiggins-Thomas plays the ball over to Dylan Bebb. Dylan Bebb couldn't get there ahead of the keeper, Boyland. Boyland will probably look to play it upfield with the drop kick. It's gone all the way to our goalkeeper, who plays it long, but it could have fallen to Wiggins-Thomas, but with the interception of the opposition, they have got hold of the ball. But Mema has won the ball back. Could have played it there to Wiggins-Thomas, but instead plays it back to Maureen, to Hebe. Hebe. Go on, Hebe. Hebe. Saved. Robertson with the ball over. Well, the ball's been cleared by the opposition, but Jones will pick up the loose ball. We're going to fire up the lads to try and get a second goal. Card keeper. Keeper's going to save the free kick, but the free kick goes wide instead. Coming up to the 20th minute, and it's 1-1. So Freddie Stanley has got a yellow card on the 22nd minute. So Ben Lewis. Gives it to Wiggins-Thomas. Over to Bebb. Go on, Bebb. Go on, Robson. Bobby Robson. Bobby Robson's 2nd goal of the season. In what is the final game of 2024 for Royal Oak. And he puts them 2-1 up. That could be a key 2nd goal within our season for Bobby Robson. Well done, Freddie Stanley. But Maurice on the ball, gives it to Mema. Go on, Armelindo Mema. Armelindo Mema, you can play that ball forward. But instead you lose out on the ball. Goalkeeper plays it upfield for Horsham Athletic. But then Jones heads it clear to Hebe. Bobby Robson's on the ball now. What could Bobby Robson do here? Bobby Robson takes on his man. Bobby Robson looks for the cross. Falls to Armelindo Mema. Armelindo Mema goes for goal. But it goes wide and out for a goal kick. So can we get to half time with this lead? Which I'm going to praise the lads for still being 2-1 up. So we are not long till half time. Can we get ourselves a third? Lewis. Ben Lewis whips the ball in, but it's been cleared only as far as Bobby Robson. Bobby Robson plays it to Hebe. Hebe plays it across to Maureen. Maureen plays it back to Rowlands. He plays it back to Maureen. He plays it over to Bobby Robson. He plays the ball into Wiggins-Thomas. And Wiggins-Thomas, 6th goal of the season, has made it 3-1. But it has been disallowed. Wiggins-Thomas was offside when that ball was played in. And it is still 2-1. So just before half time, will there be any more action? Half time whistle has blown. So we're starting the second half. We're not going to make any changes. We might make a left back change if we can, because of the yellow card, so we don't risk a red card. Well done, Stanley. Oh, unlucky, as the ball's been won back. So Stanley's got to be really careful now. We'll go up to the 60th minute and make a change if Stanley could not get himself sent off by then. Well done, Stanley, with the clearance to Wiggins-Thomas. Go on, Wiggins-Thomas. Plays the ball to Dylan Bebb. Dylan Bebb. Don't know who Dylan Bebb was kind of playing that to. Unless someone's going to run onto that. As the highlight did cut. So we're on the 50th minute now. And it's still 2-1. So we're going to encourage to try and get a third goal. Well done, Freddie Stanley. Freddie Stanley plays it back to Rowlands. Rowlands plays it to Heavey. Heavey plays out wide to Memo. Plays it short to Wiggins-Thomas. Wiggins-Thomas plays it down line to Memo. What can Memo do here? Memo looks to put the cross. Dylan Bebb with the header, but he puts it over the bar. So Freddie Stanley's going to come off. So I think we'll play Roland in Freddie Stanley's position. And then Freddie Stanley can come on for Tom Hayes. So once we can, we will praise the lads for still being 2-1 up. Coming up to the 70th minute, and we'll make a double change with Dylan Bebb and Tom McMaureen to come off. Goldie's going to play the ball upfield. Unfortunately, we weren't able to keep hold of it. So I'm going to make the sub now, so if the ball goes out, it's not going to be long after the whistle. So can we defend with Jessup on the ball here? What can Jessup do? Jessup plays the ball. Tilson. Ooh. Glad that went wide. See, we made all three changes. To go on Mema. Armelindo Mema steps up with the free kick. So Memo whips the ball in. And the ball's been cleared only as far as Memo. Plays it to Robson. But Robson loses out on the ball. But it's been cleared and Carl Jones has got the ball. Gives it to Ben Lewis. To Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson. Plays it back over to Lewis. And the ball went over the bar. And Ronan Ismail has scored to make it 3-1 to Royal Oak. And the replay will show how he scored his goal. The ball's been played long, and Wiggins Thomas with the flick on as Ronan got onto the end of the loose ball, and he finished to make it 3-1. Go on, Robson, keep that ball in. Bobby Robson puts the ball in, and Wiggins Thomas with his 6th goal of the season has made it 4-1. What a result this will be if we can keep hold of this lead. So, Rowland gives it to Robson. Over to Hayes. Hayes to Heavey. Oh, Heavey to Wiggins Thomas. Go on, Ismail. Go on, Robertson. Plays it to Hayes. Hayes plays it to Heavey. Heavey does a dink through ball. Over to Memo, but Memo crossed it to Wiggins Thomas, and it was comfortable save by the opposition keeper. This is brilliant. Can we get to full time without conceding another goal? We already conceded one. We do not like to concede another. And full-time whistle, and we win 4-1. So we scored 2 goals in the second half as we were 2-1 up at half time to end the game 4-1. So, hands on hips. Really different. Just over 3-hour video. So, hopefully it's go a bit quick. So Royal Oak are 11 points clear of 2nd place. So we're 11 points clear of 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. So someone said positive result. That's good stuff. Pretty happy with about all things considered. Really happy with that. Solid result. Being able to watch players like Wiggins Thomas while I love my job. Imagine thinking there's better players out there than Wiggins Thomas. I've seen Wiggins Thomas have better games. That's how silly it is. I love Wiggins Thomas. So, just quickly tell you the next games we're going to be playing. So we're going to be playing Bohemian Reserves in January. And then we'll be playing University of East Anglia. And then we will play Swaffham Town under 21s. So, the attendance we've had at Normanstown Park is 108 and 109 in attendance. So there was only 3 away fans, so we had 106 home fans to 3 away fans. So, this has been Drew the Gamer SC, and I'll catch you guys next time. So make sure to like, subscribe and comment.